everybody. Wicked.
Hello to our peoples.
Okay, my internet is spotty right now. We're getting a storm. So just bear with me for 1 second.
Sure. If it's anything like the storm we had yesterday, batten down the hatches.
Like our lights are fluttering. Do you see that? So, give me 1 second.
Sure.
Sorry, what a horrible way to start a live.
It's all good. It was, people are only here for Gracie anyway.
Do.
Gracie says hi.
Hello.
Okay.
I'm trying to switch to my phone Wi-Fi.
Well, as you're doing that, we had a family function today. It was fun.
How was it?
It was good. A family member turned 13, and it's just like, gosh, time does fly. And then I went out. My mom and I went out with my uncle last night, and he was like, at first I was like, hey, why don't we go, here? And he was like, I really want some fish. Let's go to Captain D's. Not my favorite.
How was Captain D's?
$41 to eat at Captain D's, and it sucked. And I'm like, we could have went to Texas Roadhouse for this.
Yeah, I like the Texas Roadhouse. All right, we're good. I switched everything over. Okay. Let me say hi to everybody. I never heard of Captain D's, by the way.
It's like a Long John.
Have them over here. I've been there. Let's see. Hello, Velvet. Hey, Nancy. Welcome and thank you. Linda S. Jules, Cousin Joe, Miss Catherine, Ruth Ann, Velvet, Perfectly. Oh, Cody.
What, baby?
Perfectly's here.
Oh,
Linda
Perfectly. Hi, sweetie.
Hold on, let me get through attendance. Pipsqueak, Shayna Shauna, Barbara M, Wicked, Mary B, KLP in Cincinnati, Polly, Sly, our fighting champion, the one and only.
Videos, I'm so sorry.
And videos. Okay. Cody, did you want to show your little gift? Because Cody has. He wants to.
Little gift.
KLP, I think he missed you. Hello.
Sorry.
Videos, I'm so sorry about your critter. Just the hardest.
Look at Cody getting gifts.
Look at Cody getting gifts.
Oh God. I bring them in because they're my babies.
And you're welcome for the crotch shot too.
So. Oh well, it's covered this time. It's covered this time. Come on. Little dragon egg. How cool! And it's like the greenish blue. Oh, it's so awesome. I love these little turds. I really, really do. Look how cool they are. Look.
Oh, pretty.
And now this one is called RHOC. R-U.
Okay.
It's greenish. It's blue.
That's pretty. I like how it reflects the light.
It's really pretty. This is the other one.
Oh, orange and pink. I like that. Pretty.
Very, very cool. Love it. That's laser.
What is he?
It is. It is. And this is blue and purple.
That's pretty.
And now this one is called Fang.
And what's it called?
Fang. We call him Fang because he has two little fangs out here too. Okay. Super cute. Love these. I love them. And thank you so much, my sweetie. Thank you. You know who you are, my lovey. Thank you.
Okay, I was just your Suzanne right now. How'd that feel, Wendy? Go ahead.
I don't even know who you are. I don't know who you are. Can you please get out of my spotlight?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
What? like my little eggs. I'm sorry.
Those
Yeah,
are pretty
he
good.
loves them. Oh my god, he plays with them like he'll put them like in weird places, like Elf on a Shelf. I see a snake somewhere weird now.
Hey, listen, I put 2 of my.
Maybe you make a new game of it, you know?
I love
I don't
my
know
Like
what
he's getting like a little carriage soon for like or like a little basket and like
You
carrying
know,
them
like
around.
egg on a shelf. I don't
He
know.
is very attached to the eggs.
I want every color and any type.
Oh god.
All right, we're gonna have to think of a game. Egg on something.
But you don't get my egg. Sorry.
All right, so let's talk about Orange County. All right, 5 minutes. That's not bad. All right.
It's not bad. We're usually like 30 minutes in, and I haven't
I
discussed.
started early tonight. Where is that intro? There it is.
There it is.
Okay. There you go.
Gotcha.
You know, I have to say, OC is bringing it this year.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. And I want to preface this live by saying I love Heather Dubrow. I know a lot of people do not like
I
this fan.
adore Heather Dubrow.
You know, like I'm going to like criticize her a little bit, but in a fun way and give her credit at the same time, like in a Kenya-y type of way. But like Heather is so amazing. Just the way, like, you know, and if I had Heather's money, you know, Heather's like, oh my God, did you guys see this? It's the heart of the ocean. Yeah. Terry only paid $5 million for the divers to go down to the Titanic and find it. Oh, did you see it? It's great. Like, you know, and if I had Heather's opulence and I would be like, oh, did you see my house over there? It's right next to Drake's. So let me get the telescope. It's right there. Can't you see it right over there? Like, I love Heather.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is the penthouse. This is, you know, LA West for us.
You know, it's like, you know, you can't get any higher than this because it's the best. And like, you know, Jesus is like, you know, just one story above us. And this is where I live. Like, you know, this is amazing. And like, you know, her parties have her name all over it. And Heather is just so in love with Heather.
She is fantastic at branding. I will, you know, people can take branding lessons from her.
She is just amazing. I you know, and I
her.
But she flaunts it, but like she knows she's flaunting it and like she doesn't care. Like, you know, it's like whatever.
Yeah, you know, because I remember the one season she was like, you know, well, the chef, you know, oh, I'm sorry about having a chef. And then she was like, no, I'm not really. I'm not. It's like,
you know, you know, and they sold the house for $55 billion and they had custom built, right? Because Heather wanted to like get back to being a serious actress. So they needed this, you know, a play, you know, just like, you know, a little cottage, like a little down home place in LA, just close to work. So, you know, we don't have to drive far.
7,000 square feet.
And, you know, it's just a penthouse that's 5,300 square feet with, you know, wall to wall outside balconies. And, you know, it's only got 2 bedrooms. It's the world's most expensive, like walk-in closet, really. Here has Dom Perignon. She's just amazing.
I do, because it's like, I think she tries a little hard to be humble, but not a whole lot.
Like she tries to be humble, but she can't. And like every time she tries to be humble, it just comes off as like even like more heathery for some reason.
I agree. Yeah, she sold the Newport house. It was like 58 million or
oh, you know, I just want to, you know, the kids are going off to college. We don't need all this big space. And then she gets, you know, the place in downtown LA, the penthouse, and then she's getting a custom house built in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. Do you think that she just likes a project? And so like once the project comes to fruition and, you know, because she's like there for a month, she really doesn't have anything to do. And she's like, come on, Terry, let's buy a new house. And he's
But
like,
why
okay.
didn't they just like buy the penthouse in LA and keep the original house?
Because there's not enough room for the kids. It's only 5,000 square foot. I mean, where are they going to put the Christmas tree?
I mean, the kids only have like 10,000 square foot rooms each. Like what kind of environment is that raising them in?
Right.
That's not healthy.
I mean, they might have to cut down their walk-in closet or something.
I just love Heather Dubrow.
I do. Like
if I had that money, she tried to be like, and she was like on like the lead actress on a CBS show for those 2 years. Like, she was right. She had her own show. She reminds me of Valerie Cherish from The Comeback. Really. You ever watch The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow on HBO?
No.
It was about an actress that had a hit show for.
I don't want to see that.
And she had a hit. Lisa Kudrow was an actress who had a hit show like back in the 80s for 4 seasons called I'm It. And then 10 years or 15 years later, she's trying to get back into business, and they're doing a reality show of her trying to be back on TV again. And it's just, I love that show. It's only been 2 seasons, but it's a great show. And it kind of reminds me of Heather. But Lisa Kudrow was a little bit more like, she wasn't as sharp as Heather Dubrow is, but
yeah.
Right. Hey, MW, if you guys have time and you want a really good show to watch The Comeback. It's on HBO, 2 seasons, and we could do a live about it because I have it on Blu-ray. I love that show. It was very underrated, and it's honest, it deserved.
Heather has never been like an A-lister as far as movie career.
No, but she was a television A-lister for like those 2 years, and that's why. and listen, I say too, not to undercut her. It's not even an insult when I say it because she got 2 seasons. A lot of people get one. They'll shoot like maybe a pilot. Like this loser here, I shot a pilot.
You're better than the other loser.
I shot a pilot. Have you seen me on your TV on the show I shot? So no, but
more than I did.
They 2 seasons is good, especially on CBS. Like it's like one of the major networks, but it was 2, and it reminds me of Lisa Kudrow from The Comeback. But Heather Dubrow is like way more.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think she's going to be an EGOT winner anytime soon. But hey, EGOT's overrated.
8 years ago, when did I shoot it, Cody? 2016. Yeah, it was before my hip replacement. That's right. That's how long ago it was. Before like the it was a reality show. It was like a ripoff of The Apprentice, and we shot like a whole like 6 episodes, and no one picked it up. So yeah, but
there have been a lot of shows that have never picked up.
2 seasons on CBS. That's good.
Yeah,
and like she's like had bit parts here and there, but I mean I just still love Heather. I do. I've never seen someone just be like, I'm rich. Like, like it's like Joan Collins in Dynasty. She just comes out and she's like, fuck you fuckers, I'm rich. Like, it's like I just love her.
I mean, because like I could probably live off the commission that agent made for a while. Off the 55 million? Oh yeah.
50 the commission.
Right.
What would that be in real estate? We're the realtors in the chat.
6%?
How much of a cut does the realtor get on 55 million?
Well, LA changed because I know that they've got, but typically a realtor fee is 6%.
Thank you, MW. Oh my God, that makes me feel worse. I'm like, let me zoom back a little bit. How many zeros is that? Let me just get all the way over here. Because one time I slipped up and caught myself on my YouTube channel, like on the TV, and like I don't mean to be a humble brag like Heather, but I do have a 70-inch TV. I don't know if you guys have TVs that big in your homes.
6 million.
That was me channeling my inner Heather right there. But when you see yourself on and I'm like, so, you guys probably have 19-inch TVs or something like that. Those are cool, right? Those are back in, right?
Yeah.
Me being Heather.
6% would be $3.48 million. I could.
You guys probably have one of those remote controls.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the
$3.48 million.
That's a good raise.
I mean, I could probably live off that interest. I have a simple life.
People win less than that on lottery and are good for the rest of their lives.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
that's
true before taxes, but
buy a farmhouse.
When you're talking 58 million, are you really going to negotiate the realtor fee? Because it was off market, so didn't the son get into real estate under Josh Altman? So maybe they said, "Hey, can you throw him a percent?"
Oh, okay. So have we talked? Okay, so we got through the first part, Heather's penthouse. All right, we're good. 16 minutes, and I have 2.80 pages to go. All right. The first 3 lines, actually the first 2. I'm going to skip over the third because that was kind of boring anyways. All right, so it's Tamara's night out with the girls in the limo. And they are, trying to lighten Gina's spirits over this.
So are you team Emily? Or are you not team Emily, team Gina, or team, what's her name? Jen?
I don't like Jen. And for that reason, I'm just going to pick Gina. I think Gina is right in being mad, and especially that this is her new business and blah, 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 blah. I think she's overplaying that it's hurting my, brand because, hi, you're on Bravo. So the masses will see you, it'll play out anyways. So I think she's playing that card a little too hard. But I would be pissed if I were Gina, and then I would see Jen. Okay, so let's get to the Jen going to Vegas then. We'll skip ahead a little bit. What do we think of Jen going to Vegas? Because I could see this both ways. Jen moved in with her scuzzy boyfriend. I don't think Ryan or whatever his name is will ever. I just don't believe. Hey, Anna, I don't believe anything that's coming out of his mouth. No. I think that the only reason why he's there with his horrendous outfits and his horrible shirts is because he's on the show. And he loves being on the show because when he's going to cheat on Jen again, he's going to be like, oh, yeah, that's me, Ryan, from The Real House of Orange County, 2 seasons now. And he's probably going to be like, look at all this tail I can catch after, I'm done with this little stint with Jen. Of course, move in. Have the cameras here all the time. You can see more of me.
So he's kind of like the new Slade.
Oof.
Ish.
I kind of like Slade. I like Slade when he was with Joe. I mean, the fact that he got married to Gretchen, but they're still together. So, but Slade, I'll always take Slade over Ryan, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Slade. I liked Slade when he was with Joe.
Was common, so it's what R-Y-N-E.
Y'all can have him. I'll just take Shane. So y'all have your fun.
Thank you for the input.
You're welcome.
Shane Keel, if you're listening, my husband's here and he's ready for you.
I play baseball too. Hey.
He played 1 season of Little League Baseball in 5th grade.
Oh, it wasn't 5th grade.
4th grade.
It was 8th.
I'm going to say Team Gina, simply for the fact that when Gina had to tighten her belt so to speak. You know, she did live in a casita and she quit getting her hair extensions. You know, it's, you know, she curtailed her lifestyle where Jen's like, oh, well, I don't have to look terrible and poor. Okay, no, well, you kind of do because you are both.
Well, no, Gina did like everything. I agree with everything you just said, and I'm more team Gina. I just think she's overplaying the hand with the.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how she lost 50 grand. Like, can you explain that to me?
Because they still get a commission on a rental. So I don't know.
It wasn't like Gina had to pay out of pocket 50 grand. Like it was taken from her. She just never received it because of it.
I believe so.
Or partial.
Because the way the way I took it was that, like, you know, Gina had to pay out of pocket 50 grand. And I was like, wow, I would be mad as hell.
Yeah, no, because I don't know, like in the rental market, I don't know if like they get the commission, like, okay, you signed a year lease, so will you get a commission on the year lease, or if it's like a month to month thing?
I don't know. But like, okay, listen, Slade was, I listen, MW. With this comment, which that's why I was laughing. Joe is training for, like, you know, now him and Gretchen have been happily in love this whole time now, and it's all thanks to Joe. So, and guess what? You're gonna see Joe this season.
Oh, good.
And Gina, and I think Tammy too. They're probably gonna have like an old school party. But Joe will be back on this season. She hasn't been on in a long time. Oh, he was control, but you know, I don't know. Slade, I like this license plate Smiley one.
Yeah, me too.
Slade Smiley.
Okay, so I'm like trying to figure out, because I thought Ryan gets back together, but they're referring to Ryan as her estranged husband. Like, isn't she not divorced from the first dude?
I am so bored with her story. Like, I wish. I don't know how they gave her a second season. I don't know.
Well, I mean, what happened to her business? I mean, she was doing injections and
how is she like? So now it's the house that she gets evicted from, or she's squatting in, as Gina like so lovingly put it. And now we find out that like she owes like hundreds of thousands of back rent on this yoga studio that they don't pay. Remember last episode, like, right. Oh, we don't pay ourselves from the partners. We don't.
No, that was the charity.
We don't. No. Jen and her partner like were at the yoga studio, and
right.
They were like, we don't pay ourselves because we want the business to thrive. Or maybe because you owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in back rent to this verbal contract that you know never happened because it was COVID, and you probably were thinking, hey, Jen, you don't have to pay rent because they suspended it in a lot of places, but it didn't mean that you didn't have to pay it back.
But then she says, oh, well, we pay, you know, the instructors. Okay, well, you're an instructor, so why aren't you getting paid?
Well, she's the partner.
Well, you know, apparently a terrible one.
Hey, Steven, or good night, Steven. But it's crazy. Like now she owes hundreds of thousands of dollars there. But like, you know, if Ryan is really paying for everything, which I believe he is because he wants to be on TV more than her.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest with you. And that makes him like very Sladey in a way, because I remember Gina Keogh back in like season like 2 or 3, she always called like Slade like the sixth housewife.
Yes. Yep.
So in that essence, he is very Sladey. Sladey. I just coined that. Sladey.
I like that. I like that. A little Sladey. Because he was
like a time stamp. That's 9:25 p.m. August 3rd, 2024. Sladey. Johnny Yates coined that.
I like it.
I like MW's comment. You know, maybe it's a friend to launder money.
He's just so creepy. He's like creepy, like on the Louis level, right? Like, okay, so you want to talk about creepy husbands or boyfriends on the show? Louis Arelis 1, and like 1B, just like a hair underneath is Ryan, creepy guy, who wears horrible clothing with this girl Jen that no one cares about anyways on this season of RHOC.
He's always wearing like a vest.
Why is Louis creepy?
Why don't you just not wear, you're wearing a vest so you can show off your chest.
He is creepy.
It's not like he's,
Like if I saw imagine this, like you see like Louis and Ryan like coming at you at a dark alley. Well, I don't know what I would do. Like run forward and just punch both of them in the faces, or like try to get out of there as fast as I could. Like I just don't know what I would do.
Face punch.
Like that's like the creepy freaking frack of they should team up.
Yeah, could you imagine? That just gives me the willies thinking about it. A show with them.
Oh, it's like the reverse Cagney and Lacey.
Yeah, it's like, what are we going to call it? Slimy. Slimy husbands of Bravo.
Scammer and Hammer.
I like that. Scammer and Hammer.
Again, Johnny H just timestamp that on that one, 9/27, August 3rd, 2024.
Can I get that patented?
Okay. Wow. Okay, so we're still 2 sentences in.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
no, but we jumped ahead a little bit.
Them referring to Ryan is like, because they're saying we're back together, but it says it comes out almost after 2 years after Orange County housewife filed for legal separation from Ryan after 8 years of marriage. They were married for 8 years. They're talking about the first husband.
I lost interest like 5 seconds ago when you started reading the article.
I heard Ryan, I looked off.
I heard Ryan. I was like, oh, we're still on this?
Where's my margarita?
So are we done with Jen? Can we be done with Jen?
No, all right. So Tamara, okay, the limo, right? Okay, girls' night. Emily peeing in the bushes because she didn't want to go inside. Thoughts?
Emily is just a slice of something that we didn't know we needed.
Right?
First a turkey sandwich in the sauna. Now she pees in the
Well, that's when I couldn't stand Emily her first few seasons.
That's when you fell in love with her.
And it was when she popped that turkey sandwich out in the sauna, like her Subway sub. She's like, well, yo, I'm hungry. And she's naked with a towel, eating like a Subway sub.
She's like, did anybody want?
And then I'm like, who are you, Emily Simpson?
And she's been
but she doesn't practice law anymore. I think, when she first started, she was still practicing.
Right.
And now that that her and Shane switched, she's more fun, right?
Right.
You can't be like a serious lawyer and be whipping out Subway subs in the sauna and doing whatever, so. But I now that Emily doesn't have to worry about like losing her job as a lawyer, I think that she is, like you said, the gift we didn't know we needed. I love Emily. She brings it every episode.
She does.
Like, and then Jen's like, oh, we're going to Vegas, and Emily made a dig at me, and Emily's like, oh, is that my jacket? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, it looks like you have money. And she's like, I don't. And Emily's like, I know. Like, I just love that is gold. Like I
And then she got all upset, like, well, I don't have money. Well, you don't.
like, yeah, like you don't have it. And and then I felt bad for Jen too, because if Ryan's paying for it, which I believe it, then they shouldn't be coming at her. But then Ryan, I guess, should also pay all the back rent that Jen owed her landlord, right? And then maybe Ryan should give Gina the 50 grand she's out, right? Wouldn't that make it right?
Right,
but he took the 25 from the Range Rover that she had to get rid of.
Oh yeah,
So he took the 25 to put on his new car. So whatever he got an extra 25 grand on top of it. So
no, he did. He did take.
He
did take the negative balance from her car, and he welcomed her and her children into his house with the dishwasher that never had been used, and since he moved in there 6 years ago.
But she's saying, "Oh, I never want to depend on a man. I depended on my ex-husband, and he paid all the bills, and now he's not." And guess what?
You're doing the same thing.
Like, what part of not depending on a man are you doing?
But I feel like, and again, if they are going to jump on her because of that, and if he's paying for it, then he's paying for it. But I'm telling you, he wants to be on this show for as long as he can, because that's going to give him so much trade in the gym when he gets tired of Jen. And they're going to see his beautiful house, and he could be like, "Oh my God, I welcomed this family in, and I did over everything I could, and I have all this money, and I look like this with this horrible clothing, and and they'll come around." Listen,
my leather
if people are throwing their panties at Colt Johnson from 90 Day Fiance, if Colt could get that much.
I don't know. It's kind of like the Cole's Pearls.
Take it over for a second.
Cole's Pearls. Yeah, just Ryan is creepy, and I'm not a fan of Jen at all, not even close. I think she's a terrible addition, although she is a little more exciting than Crystal. No, she was Beverly Hills. I don't know. This is very uncomfortable, John. I hate you when you do this. But anywho, remember, we're selling trucker.
I'm back. Jesus, it was 1 second.
I mean, come on. Ryan was selling trucker hats. Like, he gets indicted on something, though.
Ryan wants to be like Ed Hardy, like when Ed Hardy was popular 20 years ago. Like that, I think Ryan he wants to be like K-Fed. I think
yes. He wants to be the Ashton Kutcher of
not Ashton Kutcher. He shoots low at a K-Fed level. He doesn't want to be A-list. He wants to be L-list.
E-list?
So he aspires to be at a K-Fed level. And just the way he dresses with
is he the end guest for someone who was invited by a publicist friend of a friend of a friend Oscar party?
Okay, so I think I don't know. I thought it was funny that Emily peed in the bush, but what if her husband saw her? I know, and I get not wanting to meet the family. All she wanted to do was pee and go. I get it, and I've done it. But not at a place I've been to for the first time. I don't know. I thought
it is easier for a man to pee in the bush than it is for a woman.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not.
I mean, come on.
I'm not saying it's not. No, I get it, but
you got to balance, you got to drip dry. I mean, there's a whole bunch of shit you got to do.
It just seemed Gina went in the house and actually had to, met everybody, and she came out a split second later, and Gina had the luxury of toilet paper and a nice cozy seat. After meeting and some heat and meeting and introducing herself. It took 1 second more than Emily peeing and falling in a bush with Tamara outside. And I love Emily. No shade, just I like Heather.
What show was it that Bravo, it was somewhere on Bravo, that someone had a heated toilet seat and they were like, "Oh my God, that's the most divine invention ever. I love it."
Hi, it's me, Heather Dubrow. I carry a heated toilet seat everywhere I go. Why, you don't have one? Oh, do you have is it called plastic in your house? I'm sure people have been using that for years, honey. Don't worry about it. Not everybody can afford a heated toilet seat.
I mean, I just.
Hey, did you see this new Harry Winston wreath I got? Terry just got it for me. He had to open up the Cartier vault. Hasn't been worn by anybody in 125 years. It's just pure excellence right here. Isn't it fabulous? Here, have some Dom Perignon. You know?
Yeah. The laugh. Love it.
It's like, where's my champagne doorbell?
I love Heather. Okay.
I want a champagne doorbell. I want to,
So Emily tells the group about, Emily can't, Emily is like the big, the stirrer now is Emily.
Yeah, she's the big spoon.
And, Emily is like the new Shannon, because Shannon used to like stir the pot all the time. And like Emily really, ever since Emily, like, stopped becoming a lawyer, now she's like, she went from Esquire to pot stirrer. Oh, yeah. And I love it. And Emily, like, she just puts it out there. She don't care. She's not even like, she just says it out loud. She doesn't hint at it. She's like, hey, so Katie here in front of Tamara and everybody else. Katie here just said that the whole thing about Heather at the Disneyland thing was fake, and she got the proof. Right, Katie? Like, there's no...
True, yeah. Which housewife like is just very crafty? Margaret is like a very crafty big spoon, where Emily is more deliberate big spoon.
Right. Yeah. Emily just puts it out there, like deliberate as hell. Like, she's like, I don't got time for this. Like, let's just, like, that's her tagline. Like, I used to question people. Now I just question that. What was it? I don't know. It was something like that. Who cares? Move on.
Moving on.
Then they do the Coyote Ugly thing. That was like fun.
But they weren't at Coyote Ugly.
They weren't.
I mean, I've been inside Coyote Ugly, and there weren't any bras hanging from the ceiling.
Well, it's called, was it Pigs and Whistles or Whistles and Pigs? Is that it? That's like the real Coyote Ugly in New York City over here.
Yeah, she's down.
Team March, excellent.
March. But yeah, I mean, I give it to, who was it said that she doesn't like dancing with people's crotches in their face? It was either Katie, because she was sitting next to Gina, and Gina was like, I'm just so glad I'm over this thing.
Let's see. Okay. Then Vicki comes back, the return of Vicki G.
I was disappointed with the return of Vicki G.
With her staph infection and her pus. I mean, that's a great way to welcome her back to the show. And I'm like, okay, like, even if like I like something is, it's like, hey, oh hi Shannon, by the way, I have a rip-roaring staph infection. Can I get a drink?
Don't push me on my thighs.
And by the way, I got pus coming out of everywhere but my twat.
Yeah.
That's in good working order.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I said myself out.
Woo! That's how Vicki. Woo! That's how Vicki came right back. I got pus all over, but my pussy. I got a staph infection. It's like,
not your pussy. That one was a good one.
Oh, Vicki.
939.
Who says like I like, you can catch a staph infection from somebody.
Oh yeah.
Like, why would you why would you advertise? I don't know. That was just so weird. And like Vicki was just so like cavalier about it. She's like, I got a rip-roaring staph infection, but that doesn't stop me because I can retire if I want to, but retirement, nor staph infections, nor Tamara ever get in my way. Like,
it's like I just have to squeeze on my belly, and it's an episode of Dr. Pimple Popper gone bad.
Oh my God. And I loved every second of it. I'm not going to lie. I mean, like, that, again, that was Vicki in a very, like, Heather Dubrowian way to, like, come back, Heather's like, I have all this money. Like, who cares? Like, Vicki's like, I have all these staph infections. Fuck you. Like, get some of it. Here.
I don't think she's that giving.
Let me rub your face.
So is this where they're talking about like the whole Tres Amigas being canceled, and
yeah.
So what do we feel about the whole Tres Amigas?
Okay, well, like, we heard the rundown of their act, and I think they only did one show. Did they only do one? Because I feel like they were about to do the second show, and that's when Shannon drove into the house.
It had been one or two. I mean, it hadn't been a lot.
They were just getting it started. And like they said on the show, it was very successful, but I believe Tamara allegedly said, and don't like get me misquoted on this, but like, she didn't feel comfortable with the drinking and everything while Shannon just more or less drove into a house, and she wanted to separate herself from that.
The most horrible suggestion in the world.
Right. And like, I don't know. So now it's like the Dos Amigas. I don't know if
Archie had to use the bathroom, y'all.
Oh my God. She's like, oh my God, I just drove into this house because Archie had to use the bathroom. Archie
had to pee.
I'm like, 10 and 2, 10 and 2.
And again, I love Shannon because here's Shannon. Shannon is like drunk as hell after her shit, and like I now I understand why Shannon was so drunk that night, because John is just a creep. Like he is.
Oh, Johnny.
John Jansen. John Jansen needs to be on the list with Louis.
He's Johnny J now. Get it right. He's rebranded himself.
Like I can't. So
that was great.
Yeah, I don't understand how he, no, I didn't want to be on Housewives, but okay, I'll date the woman who's going to be the friend of the Housewives.
He's so creepy. Like him and like him and Ryan must like get together like after shows and be like, how can we be like more creepy? And then like they call on the lifeline and they call Louis, and then Louis picks up in the sound studio and he sings it to them. And then they all like do a circle jerk and they go to bed because they're also creepy.
No, is Paulie in here somewhere too?
What
is Paulie like the phone a friend?
Oh wait, Dolores is Paulie?
Yeah.
He's like, I wouldn't give him creepy. I met him, so I kind of feel out. And I love Dolores. He's not creepy. He's just like foreign and guarded. That's what we'll call him.
He'll be on a 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. Yeah, he is. Like, and he was there at the event the whole time, and he was talking to everybody, and he, like,
maybe he's not.
He comes off a lot colder on the show, like, with the edits of Dolores asking him about the divorce, and that's probably not giving him a good edit, but up until a couple months ago when we saw him, they were very happy. They were there all day. Everyone was talking to him, and he was a really nice guy. So, but like Louis would be like, oh my God, like look at your ear, it's so beautiful. Like just weird, like
let me smell my neck and go run and frolic in the forest.
Louis is the creepiest. He's like the king. He has a scepter. Okay, so Vicki with staph infection, check. These are my notes.
Which I mean, how much money did they make off this first show? I mean, it was a big hit, but how much money? Because I'm picturing that they sold out like a smaller
venue. Yeah,
like maybe seats 100.
So they talked to Paris, right? And he's like, yeah, it's gonna hurt with her not being there. Well, duh.
Because
her being Tamara.
Out of the three of those, I think
Paris was
like each of them had their role where Vicki's the woohoo, we're riding the fun bunch. Shannon's like your little sidekick, but Tamara was the one that I think was the anchor of those two.
Yeah. I mean, Tamara is I think Vicki and Tamara definitely need each other. Shannon was always like the third wheel really in the relationship when you think about it.
It's like, Vicki's the let's have fun. Shannon's the sidekick, but it's Tamara that kind of bridges the gap between them both.
Yeah. So And let's not forget, like, for how many seasons did Tamara and Shannon hate Vicki? Like, remember that? And I forgot what season, maybe this got like 8 years ago, like when, like, at the end of the reunion, Vicki like got on the same couch as them and hugged them, and we were like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, because Tamara and Vicki have had their own ebb and flow of the whole relationship of, the whole Brooks thing and the last dude, and interesting.
That's my opinion. Sorry. All right, so we got past the staff, Tres Amigas. We talked about John wanting 75K.
Do you think that was a legitimate gift, or do you think that he was like, hey, I need new boobs, I need Botox, I need this, because it was for 2 surgeries.
That's what he's saying it's for?
Yeah. And she admits that it was for 2 separate sets of.
Yeah, I know so many cast members from shows that get like free plastic surgery, like as long as they like, promote it. And you would think, and that's from like TLC level, you would think Bravo.
But I think with particularly OC and, they're like a little bit more subdued when it comes to, the plastic surgery and the Ozempic and stuff like that. They're a little more low key on that. They admit that they do it, but they're not super open about it. Right. And, Shannon was like, okay, let's get this over with, because you're going to pay more in attorney's fees than you're going to see from me.
Right.
But he wouldn't sign a NDA.
I think it's petty, and like it's rubbing it in Shannon's face, and maybe Alexis is trying to be more than a friend, so she gets her orange back next season as a full time. And I just hope they get rid of Jesus Jugs. I didn't like her before, and I don't like her now.
I see where they want her because of the conflict with Shannon, but that's it.
That's it.
Because I'm sorry, people were like, oh my God, we have sex 15 times today, and then we'll probably have 3 more. No woman wants that. And
John didn't want to be on the show and got mad at Shannon because of it, but now he's with Alexis, and she sees him getting married quickly, and they have sex 195 times a day.
Right. But then,
But you know what? Oh, hi, it's me, Heather. Oh, I'm back. I have sex 500 times a day with Terry. It's just amazing. We have it in our penthouse 200 times. Then we go to our house in Beverly Hills. We have sex 200 more times there. And then
we go down to Cabo to our vacation home.
We'll hop on our boat, and then we'll go to Catalina, and then we'll have 600 times there, and then we'll be drinking champagne. And
take a cruise.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you, Alexis, that you have sex like 4 times a day. That sounds like a poor man's amount. Dom?
I think that they're not having sex that many times, but I don't know. It's just while drinking.
I have to go off camera because I'm having sex with Terry right now off screen. Oh,
not sex on camera.
just had to rub a couple more out. Why? Oh, you've never done that before? I was just, I could do everything. I'm Heather.
But it's like, do none of these women go see Dr. Dubrow? I mean, why is it that if your husband has a plastic surgery, no one goes to your husband for boobs or whatever?
Wicked, I'm sitting here right now, and let me tell you, I've had sex 48 times since the last time I've spoken. And
wow, that's a lot, because it's,
And if you don't believe me, Queen Latifah is sitting right next to me, because I had a bro, and I could have whoever I want in my house.
I was gonna say, don't ask me, because I didn't participate. What? This is news to me.
Yeah, I mean, and Shannon does bring up the fact that, John is doing a lot of the same things. The love bomb is taking her, to the favorite places and out on the boat. And, for Vicki to say, well, you bought stuff for the boat, it's just ridiculous. It's like, don't sit there and go down. Okay, well, I paid dinner this time, but John pays for next time. So I'm at like a net 50 more or less because my dinner was more.
Do you hear the thunder and the lightning? Do you see it? Okay.
You were
frozen. I might drop out just in case I do.
It's like
So
right now.
you're gonna have to finish.
You just show it.
It's
like
this
that
is,
right now.
This is at our house right now.
It's like that right now.
Like there's a dude holding the tree up. Did you see that?
So
there's a dude trying to hold the tree
you
up.
didn't see the flashes of light that just like I saw it.
It is bad here.
So
why are you not saying anything about the dude trying to hold the tree in place?
The wind.
It's been nice.
Horrible.
It's been nice knowing y'all. Cody, get your eggs. You better protect them.
Oh, I got those eggs secure.
You better protect them eggs.
No idea.
Get Georgie.
Well, Georgie can wait.
We'll see you in the land of Oz.
We'll be floating down a raft here on DuPont Avenue. Hi, we're here.
We'll get you a canoe. Right now,
okay.
Super chats for a canoe.
Nope. I have to get past this part because I have pictures I uploaded this time. Okay, so
yeah, in the video, there's a dude trying to hold you did not see the dude holding the tree up in the video.
Hello, I showed it.
I know, people are like,
you didn't see the flashes of light after this happened?
It's still flashing.
It was like lightning like crazy. Like I'm waiting for like Dorothy or like the Wicked Witch to like just materialize like in front of me.
Like,
like even like my bush is going crazy right now. Hold on.
I love your cats are like,
Oh, you can't see it. You can't.
The left foot.
My poor dog would be shaking and everything else.
Crazy. Okay. What do we think about Tamara and Emily hanging
to the guy so that he doesn't get blown away as the tree breaks? Like throw him out a couple belts.
What do we think about Gina and Emily? Tamara and Emily's. Nope, wrong again. Tamara and Gina's. Is that wrong again? No, I had it with Tamara and Emily. Second time was right. Tamara and Emily's in a relationship, and them kind of making fun of Gina over it.
I like it. I mean, I think that the cast should have individual relationships, where they can joke and fun. And I think that Emily's relaxed a lot in the past, since Shane finally passed the bar. And I think she can like be a little bit more herself and a little less uptight, and we see the fun side. We see fun Emily.
I like Emily. I like unlicensed Emily. Not that she's unlicensed, but non-practicing. There we are.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right, so let's go to the golf meeting where Katie wanted to. What is that? Ice cream? What is that?
No.
Mashed potatoes? What is it?
Mushroom.
That oh.
Clearly.
Sorry.
Well, what was it?
Mushrooms and rice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's flooded out.
Katie naming the thing like the drinking and driving. I thought that was funny.
I missed that part then.
When they were talking about like naming the golf outing that she throws at the end with the Heather fight.
Oh, okay.
They were all at the spa, and she's like, "I'm gonna call it like drinking and driving." Like drinking.
Hi,
Tony Ann.
Tony Ann, it's been a minute. We've missed you.
Yeah, like I don't. All right, so let's go into Katie real quick. What do we think of her?
Trying too hard.
Like, you know, she like wanted to go like for like the HBIC, so she tried to like chop off Heather's head because she was a new girl in the yard.
Right.
I'm like, you going for Heather? Like, no, like everyone's afraid of Heather. Like,
yeah. I mean, even Sutton's afraid of Heather. Name them is afraid of Heather.
Name them.
Name them.
so
Yeah. You know, it's.
Oh, he's going the wrong way.
I like the friendship with Gina. I just think that she's coming in guns blazing and she's just trying too hard. You know, you're going to. There's only one person who controls all the paparazzi pictures in the land of California.
yeah, that, you know, and she's like, you know, this is where Kim Kardashian goes when she wants to, you know, a picture shown. Oh, okay, but like, I don't know.
That's Kim Kardashian. We're talking Heather and Terry Dubrow at Disney. Who do you want more of a picture of?
Oh my God. I forgot about that. Like, and that's why Heather is so amazing.
Like, I need, and you know it's Chanel or someone like that. Like, I need.
And she smells like moonbeam, like moonbeams and
Moonbeams.
and magic and 4-leaf clovers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like God sneeze. I just and you know, pleasant.
Oh yeah.
And Yankee candle, black cherry candles, probably. Another thing that I like that's red.
Nice addition. Nice addition.
Red's your favorite color? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So.
And cookies.
Oh, did it expire?
And Christmas cookies.
What were you up, Tony Ann?
Yeah, but like she like wore like the you know the SGFU, like, you know, and it was like, you know, very like, you know, golfy too. I think she like had it made just for like that event.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
She's like, you know what? I just had to call like, you know, Dolce and Gabbana over from, you know, Milan. Only cost like $3 million to fly them over, put them up in like, you know, my penthouse for like a few weeks, whatever, and they just you know made this a nice little golf dress for me, like, you know, easy peasy.
Yeah, you know,
no
because she knows she's not going down to, you know, embroidery.
Oh, Gina, did you go to what is it?
Can you put you know?
Did you go to Marshall's, Gina, and pick up that frock? I hear that that's a great place to go for. What's it called?
That's from
discounts.
Yeah,
but
a coupon.
Good for you, Gina, for you know, trying, right?
Don't forget to use your Kohl's cash.
Oh,
yeah, I thought it was a little.
I gotta do Heather more often now. Where's my black wig?
Yeah,
you know,
I have a natural widow's peak, so I could probably do Heather really well.
Oh damn!
It's gonna be loud.
That was Heather fucking Dubrow. Yep. Do you hear? Like, listen.
She did not call the lightning thief to come up here and strike down.
She did not like the use of Kohl's cash.
Oh, let me genuflect. Oh my God, dear Heather, please.
Heather, forgive us, please. Even though it wasn't outside, but please.
Oh, that was Heather. Did you hear the thunder?
Yes, I did. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
That's Heather. She's listening and she is pissed off, man. Oh Lord.
Yeah, she did not like the use of Kohl's cash or a coupon, apparently. Can you imagine like Heather Dubrow couponing? Like even back in the early years, you know.
Groupon. Like, oh, that's the island I bought off the case of Cape Verde like 15 years ago. Groupon. That's right.
It's a Groupon.
What are you talking about? That's the only Groupon I know. What? What's her name? What's his name again? John. That was Heather being so shady when like she knew like her husband's name was Matt. She knew. Right. Just like Heather looks her up and down, because this is how Heather is. I totally believe Katie's story because I love Heather. And I could totally see like them being at Sutton's party, or like, right? Like that's how they met.
Yeah.
And Gina was there, right? Gina Sutton. And I could totally see, like, you know, and Heather would have known that she's the new housewife because either they were like either filming at that point or right after. So
I'm going to say it happened pre-filming because they would have had a flashback to that.
And it just like, you want to get your mind blown? Guys, you want to get your minds blown? Like Teresa would say. Hold on 1 second. Let me get your minds blown.
Like Jackie and Danielle?
That's it.
Oh, but you know Heather was more dismissive than Jackie ever thought about being. Like,
that's it. Circle gets a square. Shadow, tell him what she's won. Uh-oh.
It's still thunder.
Oh.
Listen, I told you there was a storm rolling.
Heather is...
not happy. We are very sorry. Could I IG her? Please forgive us for we have sinned. We really love you, but you know, please don't strike us dead.
She controls the airwaves like Dick Clark used to.
And like Ryan Seacrest does.
So they're at the golf meeting, and oh wow, over an hour already. Okay, so we're at the golf meeting, and
do you think Gina was right or wrong for telling Heather?
Gina, just to show you how scary Heather is. Okay, hold on.
Uh-oh, that might be another big one.
Oh
Yeah.
God, look at that face. And with the shut the fuck up thing here, do you want this woman coming for you? Look at her. Look at that face. That is Heather's. That's her. Fuck around and find out face right there. Like that's like when Heather. That's when Heather like frowns and like she's mad, like, you know, and that was when Katie was like, "You're a liar," and that's the first time she called her a liar. That's the face Heather made, and I was like, "Oh, you done wrong now, honey."
That's like you've messed with one of my kids, and I'm coming for you.
If Heather zapped me with that face, I would instantly like melt like the Wicked Witch of the West when Dorothy put water on her. I would just evaporate if I got that look from fucking Heather. Like that, like imagine being on the other side. Wait, hold on. Here I am. Hi.
Hi, yeah.
Hi. Imagine being on the other side of that. Like
I would be genuflecting right here.
Ooh, child, Heather was not messing around. And like, you know, the pictures of her, and again, I love you, Heather. Oh God, hold on, Cody. Brace for impact because we're gonna get a bolt in 1 second. But those pictures of her and Teddy, like, look fake as whatever, as Folex.
As Axel Foley.
I mean, they're like this, you know, it was just, and again, Heather swore on her kids' lives over it, like on my children's lives. Like Heather is going to the grave with this, you know.
But I also think that Heather wouldn't like on my children, like she would take that to a whole nother level.
Like I, you know, and we don't know, and like, you know, I don't know the validity of that screenshot that was shown either, because it wasn't like, you know, hold on, I get to play my little thingy. Hold on.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
It was like no, you know, it was like just a screenshot of a text, and it says, "Oh, did Heather ever call you guys for the Pabs?" And it says yes.
So one person controls all for People in Touch, National Enquirer, Yahoo, everything. So one person controls every photographer in the world submits to them, and they choose.
Heather, I'm defending you, girl, right now.
So you're going to go to Disney, and Kim Kardashian and her family are there, and Heather Dubrow and her family are there. Who are you going to follow?
You know, Heather's gonna she's never gonna let this go. She's gonna go down for it. Like, you know, she's like, listen, I committed to it this already, you know, and I'm not turning back on it. So I don't know. The pictures do look contrived. But maybe they just happen to, like, I've been to like Disneyland and, you know, Universal and Great Adventure and Six Flags and amusement parks and the place by Danielle's house, Cedar Point.
Right.
I've never seen paparazzi at an amusement park before. And I
also have the people who like take the pictures so that when you walk out, you can get your keychain for $18.95, you know, whether you need it or not.
Right, that you used to look through like that little, like,
exactly. The little viewfinder.
Yeah.
I buy them all the time, but you know, so could it have been one
Universal or Disney World or Disneyland? I've never seen paparazzi at an amusement park before.
Like in the park.
The park. Like it's just weird.
It's like Jaws. The shark is in the park. Jaws 3.
So like why, you know, why
I know with the bumper boats.
But why would, like, you know, they be there? And like I live right, like, you know, 45 minutes away, but from Six Flags, and like this is like a Great Adventure is like the biggest amusement park in like this area. Everyone from New York City goes here to this amusement park. This is the place to be, and I've never, ever seen paparazzi there. And we've been there a million times because I love roller coasters.
Not even at the cookie shop.
My great niece loves roller coasters. Like, you put a roller coaster on it, she is fearless. She will go on it.
Okay, so that's how I felt my whole life. And then we went this last time with my friend Michelle from YouTube. And I hadn't been there in like 15 years and thought I was still like the same like 25-year-old that was there like the last time I was there, fearless. And I went on every scary roller coaster, and I don't know how I made it out alive. Like, I had my eyes closed. I was terrified. I was regretful of everyone I went on. But, and you know what? The sad part is that I'd probably do it again, which, you know, that's me. But
yeah,
I would be like, yeah.
Totally stay.
I mean, I bungee jumped 5 times. Like, in my 20s, I was like, I will do anything. The only thing I never did was skydiving, because that was for me.
My aunt went skydiving, and like she's like in her 60s, and she was like, I'll do it again. She said it was fantastic. And I'm like, no, thank you.
See, I trust the rope that's at least I know attached to something other than like a parachute that might not open. Yeah. But I don't know. But I was fearless, and like I thought, you know, and we have like some of the biggest roller coasters in the world here. Not even like lying, like, you know, in the world at Great Adventure. And I went on all of them, and I think I lost 20 years off my life. Like, you know, the first ride we went on, you had to take everything out of your pocket. You could not have a phone on you, a wallet on you, a paper clip on you, a ring on you. Like, it was like, hi, welcome to jail, and you might die.
Kings Island is near me, and they have the largest wooden roller coaster. And
I love a wooden roller coaster.
Oh my
because
God.
You know why? Because there's no loops.
5 miles an hour. It's terrifying at times.
There's no loops though, and at least, like, you know, and I love loops, but
there was one that like it looped. It would only go forward and back. It would go like this.
The lightning loop.
And then back, and then
the lightning loop.
Oh my God, that made me sick. Then they had like the standing roller coaster, and it's like when you did the loop, you're like lock your legs because you like
that shockwave
heard everything you ever known.
Okay, wait, hold on. What about this? Shoot, I forgot all about this. Okay. What did Gina decide? So what was she thinking when she was like, these are the proper shoes? Like, what in the Romy and Michelle's high school reunion is going on here? And if you need a closer, tight shot of that.
What about those socks?
What,
Did
it's
she
like,
steal
it's,
a child's socks?
it's like Geisha Girl meets Mary Jane meets like, creepy 9-year-old plastic porcelain doll.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what's going on here. And,
I don't even think she would wear those.
And, just to give you an idea, those are what Romy and Michelle wore on the treadmill at getting ready for their high school reunion, I should say.
But they were just playing miniature golf, right? So they weren't on an actual golf
course.
You can't see an actual golf course.
No, it wasn't a real golf course. It wasn't miniature golf.
So then why wouldn't the golf course ain't going to allow you to wear them goofy shoes?
But they're filming it. They're getting free advertisement. But what was she thinking? Did she think she needed to be taller to play golf? I don't
like the top part is cute. It's just the shoes and the socks are horrendous.
The platforms. Like, what is look.
It's the socks for me. The bows on the end.
Right? Like,
are you 5?
Was she gonna have have cucumber sandwiches at her fake tea party with her stuffed animals afterwards?
That's exactly what I would think.
Weird.
100%. Yeah.
And I love Gina. God bless her. And she's come a long way, but Gina, I don't know what you were doing with those shoes.
Well, see, Gina's poor and can't afford a stylist, so she lives within her means.
Right. She lived in the casita.
Yeah, I mean those are horrible. Like, what flea market did she buy those from?
No, they're Louis Vuitton.
What flea market did she buy the fake Louis Vuittons from?
They are Louis Vuitton, as the French say, as they say in Paris for the Olympics. Those are Louis Vuitton Mary Janes. Platform Mary Janes, I don't know what they are. Yeah, but those are expensive, and clearly the $50,000 that she didn't get from Jen isn't hurting her that much.
She bought those secondhand.
Oh, Heather's mad again. I don't know what we weren't even talking about you, girl. She knows what's coming. That's why.
Right.
All right. So
we're finding out how much those shoes were.
No, and Gina grew up in the town right next to me, and I think graduated high school a year younger than me. So she's a Long Island girl through and through. I love Gina, but and I think Gina, it's hard. I couldn't imagine keeping up with the fashions and the trends of being a Long Islander, because us Long Islanders are a different flock. We're separated from the rest of you mainlanders.
Yeah, I'm gonna say those are TJ Maxx buy, and they're fake.
Louis Vuitton.
Because Bethany Frankel has shopped at TJ Maxx and they sell fakes.
Well, it could be. I mean, it's and also let's not forget that Gina and her boyfriend drive Kias and Chevys. Right. So they don't have the flashy cars either. Although they're nice Kias and
Chevys. I thought she drove a Jeep.
Right. What does Emily drive? What does Gina drive, Cody?
She has a
Chevy, a Suburban.
She has a Suburban.
Well, I mean,
and
of kids.
Travis has the Kia what?
Unless it's something different, or maybe it was rented. Who knows? But that's what she was driving in that episode. And Travis's car, it looked like a Kia with the sign taken off with the different symbol on it. You know how Hyundai does that too.
There you go, right there. Detour for the win. Ding 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 ding.
Well,
So, Katie is gonna die on this sword for this whole paparazzi thing. So she confronts Miss Dubrow here after Tamara and Emily, of all people, fill in Heather with what's going on. Like the worst two people in the world, Tamara and
But Gina did go over and say, hey, by the way.
Yeah, and that's because Gina is scared shitless of Heather. You should be.
I mean, because I think Gina has also let Heather down in the past. Like, hey, I thought we were friends.
Right.
And, so was it the best place to do it? No, but I probably would have told her to.
I love
because
Heather
I'm afraid.
so much.
Very afraid.
Like that is a face you don't want to screw with. That would vaporize me there. So
like, show me your bank account.
Emily and Tamara, they're stirring the pot like they love to do and getting Heather all riled up. Meanwhile, Heather was like, I love hot dogs. Did you see when Tamara brought her over the hot dog? She goes, I got a dog for you. I love Tamara. I love Tamara because she's so wicked like Kenya. Tamara is just evil in a good way. A good evil, like a Maleficent evil. Like, a fun evil that you root for, right?
Loving evil.
Right, yeah. Like,
still mean, but you still have
you're still like a horrible person, but like, maybe you're not so bad.
Mean when you need right. You have a good heart.
Like you got jaded and what jaded you made you like evil, right? But like, there's some good in you still, hey.
Don't mess with me, I won't mess with you.
And oof, that face.
Yeah, it's a scary. That's when, like when her kids have pissed her off and she's like, get in the corner now. They know either go to the corner, shut up and don't say a word, or they'll like be locked in the dungeon for a month or so. Accurate.
Hagrid.
I said accurate.
Oh, I thought you said Hagrid.
Accurate.
Heather's about to come here and curse me herself. Lord.
That is a definite mom look. You've done pissed me off. We're leaving the restaurant now. And when you get home, I'm going to beat your ass. That's that look.
She was not having it. And then she goes, I wouldn't do that to you, but Jackie did that to Danielle. I mean, Jackie looked her up and down, just like, and I know Heather did that to her because, Heather's like, oh, I'm the housewife. Oh, let me get this off the screen. Huh? Heather's like, now you're like the new meat.
Right. Like, honey, you've been on this set for 15 minutes. You're coming at me now.
And then she's like, and then she's like, oh, you reached out to my friend, and like the friend just happened to be Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia Bailey has been getting around, man, right? Hasn't she? Like, has no one else noticed that? Cynthia Bailey got fired from Atlanta. Then she was on Girls Trip. Then she managed to be on Beverly Hills for a couple episodes, being a friend of Sutton. Now she's going to be on OC, or now she's friends with Katie. So I'm waiting for Cynthia to be here. And now Cynthia is back on Atlanta again, but she just moved to LA to make things happen. But now she's back in Atlanta because Bravo gave her back a friend capacity role. Cynthia,
maybe she needs to move to Potomac.
Oh my God.
Do like Cynthia's road trip, and she heads to New York. Hey guys, how's it going? Then she goes down to New Jersey, parties on the shore, and then down to Potomac. Like, hey.
Okay, so did you notice that Heather's new house is in Beverly Hills? I was like, is she gonna do a flip? Are they gonna put her in Beverly Hills? Because let me tell you something.
Watch What Happens Live. Andy was like, he didn't say no to it.
Let me tell you something, Heather. I would love to see Heather go toe-to-toe with Erica. Oh my God. Could you imagine that type of showdown? Erica and Heather. That would be legendary.
Heather and Sutton. Ooh, Heather.
I am all for Heather going to Beverly Hills because they can't deal with her in OC. She's got too much.
Yeah.
And like when they showed her house being built in Beverly Hills, I'm like, they're gonna put her on Beverly Hills watch. And I am there for it.
Yeah, 100%.
Oof. Because Beverly Hills, you know, it's still like a trip to get to Orange County.
Right.
You know, it just seemed like having her house built in Beverly Hills like seemed like very specific to me. Now that like, you know, Sutton's on OC now. They had Taylor from Beverly Hills, which was on OC last season. Thank God she's gone because she was terrible, just like her first 2 seasons or 3 seasons of Beverly Hills were.
30 seconds.
I'd rather see Eden come back before Taylor again. Oh. But hi, I'm Erica. Like oh God, could you imagine an Erica and Heather Dubrow showdown? Because Erica can see in Heather all the money she used to have. And that would drive Erica crazy.
Yes. But see, I think like Erica
and tell me I'm not wrong. Heather would
kind of see. I can see Erica and Heather getting along. I think she would butt heads more with Sutton.
Good night, perfectly. Feel better.
Just love you perfectly.
And there was a freak snowstorm in Pasadena. And my son's police car flipped over 14 times.
Yeah, Heather might call her out on a bullshit.
And he was hanging by his feet from the switchback. Like, and I could just see Heather with this face looking at Erica like this.
Yeah. And then a bald eagle picked up Tom and flew him to the ER.
And then he got a #1 from McDonald's because he was hungry, and Ronald McDonald and the hamburger that came out and served it to him. And then Grimace took it. And then Tom sued him and got his license back. And that's how I'll get back my millions, Heather Dubrow.
But then they asked, do we do surgery or let him die? And she goes, no, do surgery. He must keep the mind.
Oh. Yeah, we need Heather on Beverly Hills. I'm telling you, it's gold. And bring back Kim Richards, because I'd like to see a Kim Richards, Heather Dubrow altercation.
Chew her up, spit her out, like
no, but you know, Kim Richards comes all sorts of crazy. Like she'll be like, you know, you don't know when Kim's like a ninja, right? Like she wears all black.
Yeah,
like you know,
see, Kim is first season Shannon. You know,
no, my vote's on Kim.
Leave now. Leave my home.
And you know, depending on if Kim Richards like knocked back the couple or like, you know, took something else, like, you know, you don't know where Kim's coming from. So like the best person from the whole Housewives cast to throw Heather off her game, I'm going with Kim Richards, because she, you know, you stole my goddamn house. Who the fuck saw that one coming? I was like, what did Kim Richards just say? You were a pig slut. What? You were doing crystal meth in the bathroom, huh?
Like Kyle, though, I have to give her credit, man. She was like in that limo like a ninja herself.
She did. She goes, you shut your face up. You shut your goddamn mouth up right now.
Like she's
he
like,
said, you stole my goddamn house. Kyle didn't know whether to shit or go blind. She Spider-Man across from the front of the limo. She went like this and flung right to Kim and had her like, you know, like in a chokehold. You shut your mouth right now.
And Adrian Maloof's like,
oh man. So like the only person I think that could really throw off Heather Dubrow is Kim. And I am there for it, man. That because Kim's got the crazy aspect that really nobody else does. Like, you know, Kim's got that locked in as like, you know, I would have her as like on my baseball team as like the switch hitter, right? Like I would call Kim in and be like, okay, Kim, work your fucking magic, girl. Do it.
You haven't taken your meds today?
You want a margarita? I got a Vicodin and Rimmer around it on for you.
Oh, Rimmer.
But that's okay. Sober Kim brings something else too. Like whatever version of Kim, it's a crapshoot. It's really like just rolling the dice and seeing what you're gonna get. That's what Kim Richards delivers, and that's why Heather Dubrow would never see it coming.
True. But Kim's like a hermit now. She doesn't like to come out of her house.
She was on Beverly Hills a few episodes because Kathy wasn't.
Right, but
so
I'm not looking forward to Kathy being back. Ugh.
I like Kathy.
Ouch.
I like her just like, you know, Kathy is like another one. You know, Kathy is really the richest of all, I would say. And she kind of does really try to be humble with her opulence, right?
And her
you know, but
her box fans.
You know, the box fans, like the cheap airport slippers, like, you know, you wouldn't catch Heather Dubrow caught dead wearing those slippers or having a box fan in her room, right?
Someone will be cute.
No.
So I like Kathy because she really is the richest of them all, and she's like
she still like has fun with like
you know, and she's like, "What's hunky dory?" Like, you know, is that just something the commoners say?
Kevin did have a lot of good one.
I'm gonna journal that, and then I'm gonna use it later. And like the best thing with Kathy,
invite them for dinner.
because my favorite Kathy Hilton moment will always and forever be the homeless and toothless dinner with Dorit, because Kathy had knocked a few back. Kathy had knocked a few back, and she was drinking.
They all have.
And she was sitting next to Garcelle and Sutton, and like the three of them were like the outcasts. Because at that point it was like, you know, the mean girls: Renna, Dorit, Erica, Kyle, and who am I missing? Who was the other one?
All of them.
Erica, Kyle.
And then when Garcelle and Sutton and Kathy
Teddy was in there because it was Teddy, Erica, Dorit, Kyle, and Renna. They were the Fox Five.
Yeah, and like it was poor Garcelle and Sutton and Kathy, and that's when Kathy and Kyle weren't getting along. It was great. So they're all at that dinner, you know, in Dorit's backyard with the homeless and toothless. And Dorit speaking, and she goes, "Oh, I just wanted to thank everybody for being here for the." And then Kathy's like, you know, what, for the homeless and toothless convention here? And then Garcelle started laughing hysterically.
Like, I'm sorry, that is a dumb name for a charity.
And then nobody could like say like what the name of like the toothless and homeless.
It's famless and toothless.
But Kathy just didn't care, and she was like, "What do you mean, the homeless and toothless convention?"
It's like, it's homeless, not toothless. Like, come on. Oh, that's so chic. That wind
The lady.
Oh, look, you got a makeup brush?
The lady
Chic. Very, very chic.
Kyle, can you call the lady and get my bag? Or like,
you know, got one. Chic. Very, very chic. I'm going to bedazzle it later.
oh, but Dorit, like, just Kathy was just so tired of Dorit, and she knocked a couple back, and like in very like, you know, very waspy fashion. She's like, "What do you mean, the homeless and toothless convention?" Like very like Lucille from like Arrested Development, like Jason Bateman's mom.
And
you know what I mean? From
died. They were like
Arrested Development, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Like Jason Bateman's mom, Lucille. Like something like she would say. That's who reminds me of Kathy Hilton.
Peanut butter jelly.
Oh.
And then,
So where are we? Did we cover everything?
so yeah, we're at the end where Heather's like ready to snap Kathy or Katie's head off. Like,
yeah, and then Kat, Heather brought her to Dom, which is like classic Heather. I don't know. And then like when Katie was telling like the rest of the girls before she spoke to Heather, Shannon was like, "Oh yeah, Heather did that to me too." There goes Shannon. A leopard never changes their spot, and Shannon's like, Emily might be the shit stirrer now, but I'm the OG. And as soon as Katie said like she was looking into me and asking friends about me, Shannon's like, "Oh yeah. Yeah, she did that to me too when I came around for the first time." And then Shannon's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, good luck. You're gonna learn a hard lesson today."
I mean, isn't it like just if you were going to be on a show, like, wouldn't you naturally just like want to look at, instead of like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." Like, yeah, you're going to stalk their IG. 100%. It's not unusual behavior.
Oh God. But she, Katie was doubling down, and so was Heather, but I see Heather being, when Heather like mispronounced her husband's name, she's like, "Oh, John, you mean?" And they're like, "No, it's Matt." She's like, "Oh," like, I could see Heather being like, she sized her up. But that's Heather, and maybe when someone's got as much money as Heather does, she looks into people that's around her. That might be a security thing. I don't know. I'll never know that feeling.
Last year when she, it's like she didn't really share a lot with people last year because of the way she was being treated. Like, I mean, she didn't tell anyone that she was selling her house until after it had sold. So right. I can see where she'd be on, the defense.
But that's only because they kept telling Heather how like purposely extravagant she was being in front of everybody. Like, remember how many times Emily had to point that out to her? Remember like when they were like, Cody, what was it when she was eating the salad with like the cucumber? What was it last season?
What with the same?
Oh, because she HD. I'm surprised we didn't get HD monogrammed on our head. I would love to be invited to one of Heather's parties. I mean,
oh, of course. Like you probably like walk out like with like a bag with like some Cartier diamonds. A new house, a Ferrari, like
a little bit of Botox. Speaking of Ferraris, there was this thing on IG where they were asking the New Jersey housewives like about the possibility of a reboot. And Jen Aiden is like, "Well, of course it's all possible, but, I would just go back to my fabulous life and like count Ferraris and, my 16 bathrooms." And it's like, of course my life is fabulous. I just go back to the fabulous.
Yeah, but Jen Aiden tried to be on that show for years. She applied every year. She got all that to be on the show. What am I eating?
And it's like, people are like, "Oh my God, she's so out of touch." And, someone was like,
"She is out of touch." Jen Aiden is horrible.
It's like saying I'm going to go count Ferraris is not.
See, Jen Aiden tries to be Heather Dubrow, but she's so fucking bad at it. Like she is so bad at it. That's Jen wants to be the Heather Dubrow of Jersey, like and we get it. Like, yeah, you have 16 bathrooms, your house is a palace, but the way she she flaunts it so obnoxiously. But Heather has a joie de vivre about her that like it just rings differently, and Jen is just ugh.
Okay, so to put this in comparison, Jen Aiden is worth approximately.
Listen to me. What?
Are you listening? Jen Aiden is worth approximately 11 million. Heather Dubrow is worth approximately 100 million.
Yeah, but like, how much is like how much is Bill worth? Like, should you like combine the spouses together? because I know Terry's probably got a lot more money than Bill. You know, there's no way that Heather and Terry will always beat Jen and Bill. Always. I mean, like, you know, that was delicious. I want more.
Sorry. No more for you. Look at you.
Yeah, they put them together. So Jen and Bill are worth 11. Terry and Heather are worth 100.
Jen just, you know, she wants, that's it. Jen's like the East Coast trashy Heather Dubrow is what.
Yeah, she's like the group.
Was that out loud? Or was I?
Yeah,
I
she's
don't know. I
the
always
Groupon version of Heather Dubrow.
I could have said it.
Come on.
So, you know, but I have seen like nice parts of Jen through the years. They're few and far between, but I have seen moments where Jen wasn't like the most obnoxious person in the world over the years. Like, you know, there were a few that I was like, oh, you know, no, you know, I kind of felt bad for her, you know, with her family or her brother or her kids, you know. But then she ruins it every time. And but I did realize when she was, you know, the episode before last, when she was with all the girls and Teresa wasn't there, they were having a great time.
Yeah.
You know? And that's with Danielle and Jen being in the same room. So I think the common denominator is Teresa, and everyone's afraid of Teresa. I guess Teresa's the Heather Dubrow in Kate in terms of like fear, because they all fear her, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, though, the final.
Yeah. So tomorrow night is the season finale of Jersey.
And Mr. Yates, I've noticed that you've managed to skirt the 90-day reunion.
Yeah, because they're charging to watch it, and I'm not paying for it.
What?
Yeah, it's $3.99 an episode to watch it, and no, I'm not.
Even on.
I mean, if you watch it live, then you can watch it live, but like on demand, they're charging you for it. So, and I have HBO Max, and they're charging you for it. I have it through Prime, and they're charging you for it, and I have it on Discovery, and they're charging you for it.
I have to look at. Is it like?
So we'll cover it when it's like all done.
Okay.
Because no.
Yeah, no.
I'd rather like wipe my ass with that than not gonna So we'll cover 90 Day when it's in its conclusion. 5 weeks from now, because I think that there's like 18 parts to it. I don't know. 18 parts sounds like somebody else. I know. So tomorrow is the season finale of Jersey.
Yes. And
Monday night we will all be live for our recap for Jersey. And then doesn't Sister Wives start soon?
It does.
We'll be there, and then OC, and then
don't forget we have the Scott.
And then we have our potpourri night when we talk about random things. Like last Thursday, our kickoff potpourri night was about sandwiches that no one eats anymore. And I have our next topic for Thursday night potpourri.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And you haven't even told me yet.
I haven't.
Super excited.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. So
is it located in the house?
More to come. And don't forget.
Let's begin.
That's a face you don't want to mess with. And there we are.
Weird.
So Wicked, thank you for being here with me. An hour and 40 minutes. Love you. And guys, thanks for being here. And I'll see you guys. I might go live tomorrow. I don't know for what. I have one idea, but we'll see. And
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
I love you guys, and we'll see you probably tomorrow, but definitely Monday night for Jersey. Bye, everybody.